We have a mom that could have been front page news herself with this headline alleging mom locks young children out of house in cold. Now, her name is Sonia, and this is what her children have to say about Sonia and about the way she mothered, or at least what she called mothering. Take a look.
I don't think my mom was ever fit to be a parent.
Most of the time we didn't have hot water, so everybody was taking cold showers.
The living conditions in the house were disgusting. There were cockroaches.
The walls were buckling and the floors were crooked.
Because she was neglectful. I had to take care of my brother and sister. It was me getting them up for school, making breakfast, getting them to their bus stop, and then my mom would just disappear into her bedroom. The very night I turned 18, I was gone. But my brother and sister were still in the house.
There were plenty of times when we did not have food.
My mom and her boyfriend would take food and hide it in their room, so I started sneaking food into the house. The last straw is when she locked my brother and sister out of the house and then left.
We attempted to go into the front door and it was locked. Sonia's boyfriend and his kids told us that we were not allowed to go into the house. It was cold outside. We didn't have the things that we needed. For months at a time, Chance and I would stay place to place. I carried around a duffel bag full of clothes, and I would stay wherever I could find a place. In school, people would tell me that I was the girl that smelled funny because I always had my duffel bag full of clothes.
I absolutely loathe my mother.
I do not call Sonia mom. A mother figure is somebody that loves you, and Sonia has not done that.
I feel like she stole my childhood.
So tell me, you guys are here for what reason today? Because I need to tell you what my thinking is, so I need to know what yours is first.
My reasoning for coming here was to get closure and get some answers about some things that had happened in the past.
Why she did what she did and didn't do what she didn't do.
Exactly.
Okay, how about you, Nova?
Absolutely the same thing. I think it's very important to get clarity because we all know our side, but we don't know what her thought process was or what she had thought was okay.
But you're not at all fuzzy about what she did or didn't do, right?
No, absolutely not.
Now, according to Dustin, Chance, and Nova, their mother partied with strangers in the house, had Dustin care for his siblings, and we're talking when he's a teenager. Now, you say she disappeared for 1 to 2 months at a time?
Yes. She told me one day that she had to go to jail for something that she did. And then I guess the story that she told my brother and sister was that she had to have some kind of operation. But she was gone, and I didn't question anything about it. I went to live with my aunt, who was in her late 80s, early 90s at the time.
And you're how old?
I was probably 16.
Okay, so you think she's in jail, you all think she's having an operation?
Yeah.
For 2 months?
Yep.
That's a big operation.
Yeah.
Absolutely. She met someone online and wanted to go visit him.
So she took off with a guy?
Yeah.
To Washington.
Okay, now we talked about locking you guys out of the house.
Yeah.
What happened? She's in the house.
She was in the house. So Chance and I had come home from our father's house, and we had recently had a conversation with her about how we felt as though we were better off living with our father. So when we had come home to go back into the house, we were locked out, and we were told, Sonia said, you're not welcome in the home.
Okay, and you were 13, 14 at the time, right?
Yep.
Okay, and we're talking winter in Ohio, right?
Yes,
So it's cold.
it was cold.
Oh, yeah.
What did you think when you come home and you're locked out of your house?
It was initially a huge shock because all you could think is, what did we do in order for her to not want us in our home?
Now, when you got inside the home, what was it like inside the home? Because I understand the conditions were not pristine.
Conditions of the house, I mean, you would walk up on the porch and you could see roaches running across the porch. You open up the refrigerator, there were roaches in the refrigerator. I don't believe the stove worked because it was full of bugs.
What would you do for food?
We just waited until we got to school and ate there.
At school or friends' houses, or I spent a lot of time with friends.
There was times where my friends' parents would go to the grocery store and bring us food to the house because they knew we just didn't have any.